Yesterday when I was walking to the gym to play basketball, I asked God to help me be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Because even though I like playing basketball for fun, due to the nature of the game, I often find myself getting really competitive and going at it with people in an argumentative way. And so immediately when I step on the court, I found myself being tested. I got selected for a team, and this guy who was way better than me says to the person that chose me, "You picked Titus?" in such a rude and bold way. And so I never said anything to him, but I did kind of look at him like, bro, let's relax. And even as the game starts, he begins talking so much trash to me. He's like, why is this guy guarding me? And he just completely downplays my defensive efforts at all costs. And then this other guy, who I guess was mad because he couldn't dominate and have his way with me like he was with everyone else on the court, started talking trash as well and was constantly complaining about me fouling him in a game of 32 where there are no fouls. Make it make sense. I'm a human being and I have a flesh just like everyone else. So there were times where I remained silent and I didn't entertain their mess, but there were also times where I acted according to the flesh and I went at it with them. But those times that I remained silent and I humbled myself, God fought for me, because the same people that were talking trash to me were the same people that gave me props for making a shot or for playing good defense. And to put the icing on the cake, I went on to make the game-winning layup. Now, it was in this moment that I had a choice in the way that I wanted to respond. I could have chosen to go the arrogant route and went up to dude and be like, that's why they chose me. That's why they picked me to be a part of their team. But I decided not to do that, and my teammate ended up doing it for me instead. Now, there are 3 things that you should be taking away from this. Number 1, God will always fight for you. In life, there are going to be times where people are going to get up under your skin, and they are going to bait you to act according to your flesh. But as long as you stay true to yourself and you humble yourself, God will stand up for you and fight for you in all situations. Number 2, when you know how a person is, you know how to deal with them and move accordingly. Although these guys are great basketball players, they love to argue, complain, and run off at the mouth. And this shows a weak mentality on their part. You should never argue with people like that. Someone once said that rotten fruit will eventually spoil on its own. So all you have to do is sit back and allow them to expose themselves. And lastly, number 3, the very people that act tough on the outside are really soft on the inside. They're operating from a place of pride. And once that pride is attacked or called into question, they divert back to their default ways. And as previously mentioned, they end up exposing themselves. So with this in mind, all you have to do is just ask God to help you to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger in all situations, so that you can stand tall and be victorious in the face of those that are trying to bring you down.